Hello, my loves. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. Hi, hello, my name is Loey. Today, I have someone very special to introduce you all to. And I know that I just posted a paranormal story time, so some of you might be thinking, Lo, why on earth is the title talking about your haunted doll? We will get to that. We will get to it. I did make a purchase and I have a plethora of excuses if you want to hear them. So many reasons why I have done this thing and a lot of stories for you guys of experiences so far with my haunted doll and her backstory. I want to quickly thank the sponsor of today's video, Casetify, and they sent me custom personalized cases specifically for my phone. I really liked this case in particular because it is transparent so you can see my phone color. Casetify sends their cases in these neat little boxes like so, all packaged up. And they sent me a few different cases for my phone, specifically this like really pretty painted sunset case, also this transparent little pastel cactus case, and this personalized marble case with my name at the bottom. I'm a serial phone shatterer. In fact, you've probably noticed that I have always just had the most basic, boring black case on my phone because after shattering literally 5 iPhones in a row, I thought this huge, bulky brick case was the only thing that could protect my iPhone. Casetify actually has the best of both worlds though, because while they are such cute and stylish, customizable, personalized phone cases, they also have military grade drop protection. These cases are as sleek and chic as the actual phone underneath, so it's not like adding all of this crazy bulk to your phone. Like I said, this has a ton of protection on the back of it, but this is so sleek and I don't notice the extra bulk in my hands at all. You can choose from thousands of designs on the Casetify website, or you can customize your own case with your favorite colors or fonts, but Casetify has done a lot of awesome collaborations with amazing artists and designers. Their cases are made to keep your phone safe through drops of more than 6 feet, and there's just so many different styles to choose from. I truly thought that as klutzy as I am, my days of having a cute phone case were totally over, but thanks to Casetify, I am living out my cute iPhone dreams once again. You guys can go to casetify.com/LoeyLane or click the link in the description box down below to save 20% off and twin with your phone case with me. Thank you so much, Casetify, for sponsoring this video and making my phone look super, super cute. And let's get into the story of my new haunted doll. I was having so much fun talking about Casetify and showing my case off that I forgot that I now have to talk to you guys about the purchase I just made. Okay, so where do I start? Actually, maybe I just start off by saying that I read a lot of the comments on my most recent video talking about mine and my best friend Eleanor's past few apartments being haunted. And there were a lot of people who seemed somewhat annoyed that I was talking about the haunting of this place, saying, how can you not figure out that by now, how can you not have figured out by now that it is you that is haunted, not these places that you go to? And while I do want to say that I truly believe I am a magnet for paranormal things, I genuinely believe that I attract spirits and ghosts and that I experience more than the average person. I also want to say that before moving in with Eleanor, for the last several months, basically since before quarantine started, I've experienced nothing paranormal. And I think that it's because in my house in Georgia, I am meticulous about keeping my space cleansed, both physically and spiritually. And a lot of the times for me, they go hand in hand. Green witch things. Just kidding, I don't have a label like that. But, so when I moved to Virginia and all of these things started happening, I definitely wanted to talk about it in a YouTube video. But that's not to say that I'm sitting here all, woe is me, I'm haunted again, I'm so sad about it. It's just interesting stuff that I like to share with you guys. That is not excuses for what I'm going to tell you today, because I genuinely think there are a lot of people who are going to think I am insane for this. I had bought a haunted doll in the past, and I should say that my mind was not in the haunted doll market by any means. My last haunted doll, I actually ended up rehoming. I sold her to another person who was interested in her story. I didn't want to just like donate her to Goodwill and then for her to find another home and etc, etc. I did have experiences around that doll that I was never quite sure were her or were just other hauntings that I was experiencing at the time. However, I never really felt like I connected with her at all. I hear people talk about like their haunted dolls or their haunted items and how they have these relationships with them, how they feel so connected to these spirits and connected to these items. And I never really felt that with my old haunted doll. So if you've been watching my channel for a really long time, you probably know of her. She has a great new home now, and I haven't really had a haunted doll since. Look, I was on Etsy, I was doing what you do, shop in the little witchy section, and I stumbled across a haunted doll, not this one, and then thought, wow, it's been a really long time since I browsed like haunted dolls. I have a series on TikTok that desperately needs to be revived called Scary Stuff I Found on the Internet. And I talked about one user on TikTok, Kelsey Davies, haunted doll. And she is so cool. I think that I was thinking a lot about her experiences and kind of inspired by that. So I started shopping, not with really any intention to buy. And then I stumbled across this doll. And you guys are going to think I'm insane because of course I picked sorry, that is her head squeaking. Of course I picked probably one of the scariest dolls I could find. But when I tell you, I looked at this doll and I was like, I'm getting emotional thinking about it. I was struck with this like wave of emotion. And I was just immediately like, I have to have her. Like emailed the seller immediately, was like, I will pay whatever rush shipping fee you need. I need this doll. Like, I don't know, I just need her. And here she is. This is Miss Fancy, and I love her so much. Every time I look at her, I want to cry. It's absolutely ridiculous. I have so much to say about her. She is a composite doll, I think, and she's very well loved. Her paint is chipping super heavily, so I think I'm going to try to figure out basically how to clean her up. But for now, here she is, and I love her so much. You guys have no idea. Fancy came to me with a warning that she was very sad, like why am I like about to cry? It's because of this. Every time I talk about this doll or I am in the vicinity of this doll, I literally start tearing up. It's unreal. And it's not like, I should say that she came to me with a warning that she is a very sad spirit. And I do feel that sadness, I would say, but also I just love her, which is why I just look at her and it's like I'm looking at like a little puppy. She's so sweet. But my God, this like maternal instinct kicked in when I got this doll for the first time that like I have literally never felt for an inanimate object before. She came bubble wrapped in like a shoebox and I picked her up and like my heart is like pounding thinking about it. Like I just picked her up and like cradled her like a baby. And pretty much for the last 2 days, she has been at my side nonstop. This was not something I had experienced in the past with my other haunted doll. I had never felt this like crazy strong connection, this like need to like protect this doll or any emotional connection to it really. It was just kind of interesting and something that I bought specifically because I wanted to make a video about it. In fact, I almost didn't want to make a video about Fancy just because her story is so intense. She does seem so sad. And also I think my attachment to her is crazy. Like I hear myself talking about this doll once again like she's a newborn puppy, and I think probably to the rational mind that I sound insane, but I'm gonna read you her story and then we'll talk a little bit more about her. I bought Fancy from Cast the Bones on Etsy. I bought her myself with my own money. This is not sponsored, nor does the person who owns the shop even know I'm making this video. However, I do highly recommend this shop. The seller was amazing, got me the doll very, very quickly. I am going to oh so carefully hold Miss Fancy over here. Again, I have to be so delicate in handling her just because she is very fragile, and according to this page from the 1940s. The description box reads, "Meet Fancy. As far as we know, Fancy had a very normal early childhood. She loved to dress up, so Sunday was her favorite day of the week. Fancy's family went to church every Sunday, and that meant Fancy got to wear her best dress. At some point in her childhood, she contracted scarlet fever or something similar that left her blind for several years until her death around the age of 12 or 13 years. Fancy is a very sad spirit and doesn't seem to understand that she has passed. She is constantly looking for her mother and father and her 2 brothers. She doesn't communicate well yet, but that may change if you work with her. She does best with a pendulum. We are unsure of how she became attached to this vessel, so that is something you could investigate as well. She would probably do best in a home with other haunted objects or spirited items because she is lonely and afraid, and I think she would need quite a bit of attention to keep her happy. She's relatively quiet and would be appropriate for beginners and experienced keepers. I definitely consider myself a beginner. With my haunted doll, I definitely don't think that I went about handling that correctly. Like, for me, it was just this item that was supposedly haunted, and even I was somewhat skeptical of it, me, like a believer in everything. And so with this, while I do consider myself a beginner in haunted items, I definitely am very serious about Fancy and keeping her happy. Just be mindful that she is very sad, and in turn that might make you feel sad as well. I will get into that, but that is something I've experienced really hard. This doll is part of a collection purchased from the original owners at an estate sale. We have only worked with these dolls for a short time and don't know as much about them as we usually do when we sell a spirited item. These dolls/spirits have been kept together for more than 50 years, so please consider purchasing more than one of them if you are able to, so they do not get lonely or experience any separation anxiety. That will probably be something that I look into. Fancy's vessel is a very well-worn composition doll from around 1930 to 40-ish. Your doll will be shipped securely with instructions on how to take care of them, which of course it was. Remember to give your spirit plenty of time to settle in and get used to its new surroundings. Do not expect to observe activity immediately upon arrival. Please remember, it may take some time for the spirit to adjust to their new home, and it may take some time before they show you their presence. So be patient and give them time. This goes on to say that in order to comply with Etsy's guidelines, that it is all for entertainment purposes, which is very normal when you are buying a haunted item or anything spiritual on Etsy. It has to say that it's for entertainment purposes because they cannot prove that Miss Thing is haunted. So that is Miss Fancy. I am really excited to do some work with her. It might be a while before you see her again because I'm really hoping to get some solid updates on her, communicate with her as best I can. As I've said, every single time I look at this doll, I feel like weeping. I feel like this is a newborn child. I literally don't know how to explain it. I am so obsessed with her. Since I have gotten Fancy, she's already switched positions on me. I took a shower this morning. I had her on my bed because I literally sleep with the doll. I know I can't do that because she is so well worn. I will ruin her, but I love her. I hate being away from her. It's so weird. And when I came back from my shower, she had lifted one of her arms in the air like so. It didn't freak me out at all. It kind of just felt like she was saying like, hi. And since then she has just been positioned kind of in various areas around my room. I put her, oh, the camera just shifted. I put her next to Score Bunny earlier over there. I put her on the couch. She does feel very sad. I find myself comforting this doll very frequently, like literally just sitting with her, talking to her, speaking to her, almost like shushing her, like trying to make her feel at peace. I've also started crying, just literally looking at her, and I don't know if that's because I love her so much, it's unreal, or if it's because she is just like this sad spirit and I'm just sad in turn. So she switched positions on me. I've seen little flashes of light, especially while I was talking to her, getting ready for this video, and kind of just letting her know how the video was gonna work, how I was gonna film it, everything like that, so she wasn't too startled. While I was talking to her, I literally saw just this giant like white and blue flash of light, basically almost as if it was like behind me. It felt like it was illuminating around me, and it was when I was sitting on the bed. The TV wasn't on, nothing like that. I'm the only one home, and it wasn't any of like the light bulbs or anything like that in this house. So I don't want to change up anything too quickly on Miss Fancy, but I will be buying her a new dress with her permission, just because her story did say she liked to be in her Sunday best. So I think maybe a new dress would be really fun. This one is really raggedy and is actually held together by a safety pin. I'm also in the future, again with her permission, hopefully I can communicate with her and ask. I'm going to look into restoring her, maybe getting the painting all over her fixed and getting her all cleaned up. I get the sense she wouldn't mind too much, but that will be a little ways in the future for sure. It is not too important, and I will only do it if I feel that she would be comfortable with it. I've only had her for 2 days basically, so that's really all I have to say. I understand that her appearance might be somewhat jarring, especially because her eyes aren't painted or anything like that. But I just love her so much. I don't even know how to explain it. I feel so comforted by her in a weird way. Like having her here with me is just the most pleasant experience in the entire world. I know I'm going to have to stop handling her so much because again, she is just, the pain is cracking off of her every time that I touch her. So this will probably be one of the only times I ever hold her again like this, which is so sad. I just like, I don't know, like staring at her and like holding her. It's very weird. But yeah, I wanted to introduce you guys to my haunted doll, Miss Fancy. She's very, very sweet. I really like her a lot. You guys are gonna have to let me know down below if you feel anything from her as well, especially just looking at her on camera. If you are someone who has experience in paranormal items or haunted items, I definitely think that clearly something is attached to her, and I have felt it so strongly. And I'm excited for our lifelong journey together. We're gonna be friends till the end. So if you all enjoyed this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I definitely want to do more videos in the future. I'm gonna get Eleanor's reaction to her because Eleanor has not met her yet. Also, once I feel like she's settled and comfortable, I'm going to do a spirit box with her that I'll film for you guys. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, make sure to leave them down below. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I love you very much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!